In today's video, I'm going to be pruning and maintaining the rose shrubs that I have here on the farm, as well as coppicing the willow to ensure that I have successful harvests in the summer and winter to come. I'll be taking on rose pruning to ensure good quality cut flowers this summer, and I'll be coppicing the willow to make sure that I've got harvestable stems in winter so that I can make hoops for Christmas wreaths. I just wanted to remind you that this week I am vlogging daily from my flower farm to let you know what I am up to as I prepare for the 2025 season ahead. I've already covered seed sowing, mulching, perennials, and what was the other thing? Transplanting hardy annuals into the field. And earlier on in the week, I was digging and dividing perennials, taking basil cuttings from the delphiniums and planting shop-bought perennials into the field as well. I mentioned in that video that perennials are so much easier than growing annuals year on year. They require very little maintenance. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing said maintenance on the willow and the roses. Also, my 7th episode is going to be shaped by you. So whatever you would like to see in the 7th episode, please put it down in the comments and I will try my best to cover all of the topics that have been requested in the comments throughout the week. So hopefully I will cover the topic that you have requested. Starting off with the roses, I've got about 16 David Austin roses here that I put in when I started the flower farm back in 2017. They produce really beautiful flowers every summer, which is always a joy to see and smell. And like I've mentioned before here on the channel, I mainly do bouquet work, which means that roses aren't so useful for me. But I do some wedding flowers and I also run workshops. So it's nice to incorporate a few roses in my wedding flower buckets if they are available here in this field. And if I'm running a workshop, it's nice to have a display on the bench for my customers to enjoy as well. Because these roses are quite well established, I'm going to cut them back by about 1/3 to 1/2. And actually last year I chopped these back right to the ground level, so they're not as tall as they usually are. So maybe these ones at the front that aren't quite as tall, I won't take as much off these, but the ones that are a little bit taller at the back, I'll give those a good pruning. As well as taking the size of the plants down, I'm also going to be removing any dead or diseased material and just opening up the airflow within the plant to make sure that it stays nice and healthy and it can produce some nice, strong, vigorous cut flower stems for us in the summer. And actually I am cutting these roses a little bit late. They should have ideally been pruned in January or February, but they will still be fine if I prune them now. So I'm just going to get the job done whilst the opportunity is still there. The roses were looking much tidier and all I needed to do now was mulch underneath them to feed the soil and suppress the weeds. Something like leaves, hay, wood chips or straw would be ideal. Once they get growing again, I'll probably come in and give them a foliar feed with something like liquid seaweed, humic acid or a compost extract. Next, I'm turning my attention to the willow that I have here on the farm. I made a video about taking and planting willow cuttings a few weeks ago, so if you're looking to grow some extra willow for yourself, then check out that video. I'm going to be coppicing the willow today so that it continues to produce these multiple long straight stems which are perfect for weaving into hoops at Christmas time. Coppicing involves cutting back to the ground to promote new and vigorous growth. Coppicing should be done when the willow is dormant and all of the tree's resources have been pulled down into the roots. This helps to prevent damage to the tree. Again, I'm probably doing this a little bit late, but it will be fine. I'm going to use a mixture of secateurs, a saw and some loppers to cut this willow down. I'm not going to cut all of it because we do use it as a privacy screen, but the majority can be pruned right back, and the vigorous growth means it won't take long to re-establish the privacy element. Once the willow has been cut, I'm going to take the cuttings away to use for chipping. I'll use the chips as mulch and as an ingredient for my compost pile. Willow is full of really beneficial compounds which will be a great addition to the flower beds in the compost piles. So there we have it. That is another winter job ticked off the to-do list. Hopefully, very shortly, the willow will start to produce buds, which will go on to produce nice long stems that I will be able to use for willow weaving some hoops for Christmas this year. And the roses will hopefully go on to produce nice long stems that are going to be great for cutting, for bringing into my workshop here, and to put in those buckets for my DIY wedding couples. It's helpful to keep deadheading the roses throughout summertime to make sure that they continue to produce cut flowers, and the willow requires very little other maintenance apart from this annual coppicing that I've just done today. Hopefully you've done your pruning and coppicing already. Hopefully you are better at time management than I am, but if not, you've probably still got a little bit of time to catch up on those jobs for the winter. In the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be coppicing the eucalyptus, so if you are interested in how I am maintaining the eucalyptus to make sure that I'm producing nice stems of eucalyptus throughout the summer and into autumn and winter, then check out that video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications bell so you will be notified when I post a new video. Thanks so much for watching this video again, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.